What's up, everybody? So we are back once again, and we're gonna do a quick explanation here in my backyard. I could do like a paint and chat, but I think it would be a little bit more rambling, less dedicated. There's a deer in my backyard. That's normal, I guess. It starts off with an Alpha Legion battalion led by a Chaos Lord with a power maul. You can switch it out to a what's it called? Exalted Champion with a chainsword, and you also have a Sorcerer in there who has Prescience and Diabolical Strength. You could switch one of those out for Warp Time if you want to. My flavor of weapon for him is I like the Force Stave, and I don't worry about any other weapons. Then you have 3 units of 10-man Cultists. I will give them brutal assault weapons and auto pistols. I'll tell you why in a second. There's an argument for both in my mind, both weapon selections there. Then you get into a Vanguard detachment led by 2 Demon Princes of Nurgle, both with Wangs, one with Putrefaction Vitality, one with Gifted Contagion. Yeah, it's called Gifted Contagion. I got my super cheat sheet right here. Super scientific. It's great. Then you have 3 Foul Blight Spawn. Then you have 1 Noxious Blightbringer. And last but not least, you have a Spearhead detachment led by a Malignant Plaguecaster with 3 Plague Burst Crawlers. I think that's what they're called. Yes, I actually got it right. I always call them something else. Like usually, I call it like a Mytholytic Plague Burst Crawler or something like that. Something weird, because I never remember it. So what you do is you have your Plague Burst Crawler get the demonic engines or blasphemous machines or whatever it is that gives it a +1/+1, not +1/+1, gives it rerolls all on hits and wounds. Then you give your other one +1 to hit, +1 to wound, 1 from Prescience, 1 from Putrescent Blades. They just stand next to each other, go pew 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 pew. It works out pretty great. Now, how do you deal with charges? Because these also the Plague Burst Crawlers have entropy cannons and the I forget what it's called, heavy stubbers, and not the Rothhail volley guns. And this is for a 36-inch weapons platform that shoots and shoots and shoots and shoots and shoots. How do you deal with them aggressing on you? That's why you have the close combat weapon cultists. They come in, they charge, they fix themselves in this close combat, and then they ideally bog them down where they come in. And this is in a turn where when the cultists make their charge, your Foul Blight Spawns have advanced up. Thanks to your Noxious Blightbringer, they get to reroll their advances, and ideally all advance pretty far. And then you come in with those 3 Super Flamers, and ideally a Demon Prince to back them up. So what your real strike force is the Chaos. There goes the paper. The Chaos Lord, the 3 Foul Blight Spawn, and then the Demon Prince. The combat also the Noxious Blightbringer counts because he can do some stuff in melee. So he gets into melee, the Demon Prince gets into melee, the Chaos Lord gets into melee, and all your cultists get into melee. The Demon Prince and all those guys probably stay into combat. Your elites, they probably are on something that you want to kill or keep locked. Your cultists fall back, let every turn you get the opportunity, and after the first turn, and absorb charges and let you get Super Flamers off, and if they're not all dead. And if they are all dead, the Super Flamers sit there and kind of get them to stop charging. Maybe you leave one in the back with the other Demon Prince, and the Sorcerer and the Malignant Plaguecaster are still hanging out next to the Blight Crawlers, who are all doing their thing. And if one gets wounded, you have another one to replace or one explodes, or 2 explode. Really, you still have as many options as you need, because you have redundancy here, you have a bunch of tastiness. By tastiness, I mean gross cheese. But if you want to win, I think this list is pretty good. But I call it the Why Does Everybody Hate Me list, because it's also gross, and if you're running this against your friends, I think that's mean. It's probably mean that if you're running this against your friends, it's probably rude that you're doing these things. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Deuces.